All right. So are you ready for the big game?
Yeah.
Because it's Super Bowl week, and we are diving deep into everything you need to know about Super Bowl LIX.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Especially with the matchups we have coming out of the conference championships.
You know, I was thinking the same thing. Both championship games are divisional rivalries. I mean, in the NFC, we've got the Philadelphia Eagles, who finished the season strong at 14-3 against the Washington Commanders, who wrapped up at 12-5.
Yeah.
And then over in the AFC,
Oh, yeah.
it's the Kansas City Chiefs
Uh-huh.
with a dominant 15-2 record.
Yep.
Going head-to-head with the Buffalo Bills, who finished 13-4.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head with those rivalry matchups.
Yeah.
You know the Eagles and Commanders?
Yeah.
Both from the NFC East.
Right.
They know each other inside and out.
Oh, yeah.
Those divisional games are always intense. And now they're facing off for a shot at the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
So the stakes couldn't be higher.
The stakes could not be higher.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Bills and the Chiefs,
Oh, yeah.
two powerhouses in the AFC West,
Right.
who have had some epic battles in recent years. I mean,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
you remember that AFC divisional round game last year?
I do.
It went down to the wire.
Down to the wire.
And who could forget that incredible fourth quarter?
Incredible.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that game was an instant classic. And it's just a taste of the kind of intensity we might see in this year's AFC Championship.
Oh, for sure.
The Bills, though, are carrying the weight of history on their shoulders.
Yeah, they are.
They haven't reached the Super Bowl since 1992,
It's been a while.
when they were coincidentally defeated by the then Washington Redskins.
Right.
Yes.
So it's almost like a historical rematch,
Kinda, yeah.
except this time it's for a chance to get to the Super Bowl,
Right.
not the trophy itself.
Exactly.
Talk about pressure. But before we get too ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
let's get everyone up to speed on the Super Bowl LIX basics.
Okay.
It's going down on Sunday, February 9th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
6:03 p.m. Eastern Time.
And this year, the Super Bowl is returning to a familiar stomping ground,
Oh, where's that?
the Caesars Superdome
I love that stadium.
in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Awesome.
This will be the Superdome's 8th time hosting the big game,
Wow.
which ties New Orleans with Miami for most Super Bowl hosting gigs.
That's a lot of Super Bowls.
That is a lot of Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of Super Bowl history in that building. Hopefully everything runs smoothly this time around.
Yeah.
You know, remember the 2013 Super Bowl when the lights went out in the Superdome during the game?
Yeah, I remember that.
Talk about a memorable,
Mm-hmm.
albeit slightly chaotic moment
Right.
in Super Bowl history. If you're enjoying all this Super Bowl insight so far,
Yeah.
don't forget to like and subscribe to The Deep Dive for more insightful deep dives like this one.
We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
See you in a few.
And we are back for more of our Super Bowl LIX deep dive. Speaking of memorable moments,
Oh, yeah.
let's talk about who'll be calling the game this year. It's Kevin Burkhardt.
Okay.
And get this,
What?
Tom Brady.
Whoa.
Yes, that Tom Brady.
No way.
Yes, what?
Whoa. Talk about a game changer in the commentary booth. It's almost surreal
Yeah.
to imagine Brady,
I know.
a 7-time Super Bowl champion,
Right.
analyzing the game from the sidelines instead of leading a team on the field.
It's wild, right?
It really is.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to hear his perspective. I mean, he brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to the table.
For sure.
I mean, who better to break down the game
No one.
than someone who has been there and done that at the highest level?
Nobody.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll ever get the urge to put on a uniform and jump back into the action,
Oh, my God.
especially with all that Super Bowl energy swirling around him.
That's hilarious.
Speaking of Super Bowl legends,
Okay.
did you know that the Steelers and the Patriots are tied for the most Super Bowl wins,
Is it 6?
with 6 each?
6 each? Wow, that's a lot. It's true.
Yeah.
The Steelers dynasty in the 70s winning 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. Oh,
It was legendary. And then you had the Patriots with Brady at the helm,
Of course.
dominating the early 2000s and the 2010s.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if we're about to witness the rise of a new dynasty with the Chiefs.
Ah, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Right? They've won 2 Super Bowls in the past 4 years.
That's true.
So they're definitely a force to be reckoned with.
A force to be reckoned with.
But let's not forget about the other teams vying for that Lombardi trophy.
Right.
For the Commanders, this Super Bowl run is about more than just winning. You know,
wow.
it's a chance to reclaim their place among the NFL elite.
Absolutely.
They haven't been to the Super Bowl since 1992,
Wow.
when they were still known as the Washington Redskins.
Oh, yeah.
That team was a powerhouse.
Yeah, they were.
Known for its dominant defense,
Uh-huh.
nicknamed the Hogs.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That's right. And they defeated the Buffalo Bills in Super Bowl XC6.
Wow.
Which makes this year's potential matchup even more intriguing.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You've got these two teams, both with storied pasts, both hungry for redemption, both facing off on the biggest stage in football.
I love it.
It's like a clash of legacies. And then you have the Bills.
Okay.
Who are carrying the weight of a 31-year Super Bowl drought.
Ooh, yeah, that's a long time. For Bills fans, this Super Bowl run feels almost cathartic.
I bet.
They've endured decades of heartbreak.
Oh, yeah.
Including those 4 consecutive Super Bowl losses.
Oh, no.
In the early 90s, can Josh Allen finally lead them to the promised land?
It's going to be a good one.
It's a narrative that's hard to ignore.
It really is.
Yeah.
You know what's fascinating about these teams is that they're all looking to write their own chapter in Super Bowl history.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are aiming to solidify their place as the dominant team of this era.
Yep.
The Commanders are seeking to recapture past glory.
Right.
And the Bills are hoping to finally break through and etch their names onto the Lombardi Trophy.
That would be awesome.
It's those kinds of stories, those personal journeys and team narratives that make the Super Bowl so captivating.
For sure.
It's not just about the game itself.
Right.
It's about the human drama that unfolds on and off the field.
Absolutely.
Before we dive deeper into those narratives, let's take a moment to appreciate the halftime entertainment.
Right.
This year, it's Kendrick Lamar making his second Super Bowl halftime appearance.
Oh, wow, cool. And he's not alone.
Really?
Joining him is R&B star SCA.
Oh, wow.
Who has collaborated with Lamar on multiple occasions, including the hit song All the Stars.
Oh, yeah.
From the Black Panther soundtrack.
I love that song.
Which even earned them an Oscar nomination.
What? Wow. Talk about a dynamic duo.
For sure.
Lamar's high-energy performances.
Yes.
And SCA's soulful vocals are sure to create an electrifying atmosphere during halftime.
I can't wait.
It's going to be a showstopper. And to make sure you don't miss a single touchdown or electrifying halftime performance, you can catch all the action on Fox.
Got it.
Or stream it on the Fox Sports app and Fubo.
Okay.
Speaking of unforgettable moments, let's rewind the clock a bit and talk about some Super Bowl history trivia.
All right.
Did you know that the New Orleans Saints, the home team for this year's Super Bowl, have only made it to the big game once?
Really?
They won Super Bowl XL4 in 2010. Defeating the Indianapolis Colts.
Nice.
That's right. And their victory was a symbol of hope and resilience for the city of New Orleans, which was still recovering from the devastation of Hurricane Katrina.
Of course.
It was a moment that transcended sports
and
became a story about the human spirit overcoming adversity. We've got a ton more to unpack about Super Bowl LIX.
I know, right?
Including an in-depth look at the coaching strategies and potential key plays that could decide the game. But before we do that, if you're enjoying our deep dive so far, hit that like button and subscribe to The Deep Dive.
Hit subscribe.
For more insightful conversations like this one, we'll be back in a flash with even more Super Bowl insights.
See you soon.
All right, so we're back, ready to break down the matchups that will determine who goes to Super Bowl LIX.
All right, sounds good.
Let's start with the NFC Championship game.
Okay.
The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders.
Okay, so this is a clash of styles.
Oh, yeah.
A battle between a high-flying offense and a gritty, determined defense.
For sure.
The Eagles, with their 14-3 record, have been an offensive juggernaut this season, led by quarterback Jalen Hurts.
Oh, yeah. Jalen Hurts has been incredible to watch. He's a dual-threat quarterback, which means he can hurt you with both his arm and his legs. He's thrown for over 3,700 yards this season and rushed for another 760.
Yeah, exactly. And he's a master at extending plays, keeping his eyes downfield even when the pocket collapses around him. That makes him incredibly difficult to defend against.
Oh, for sure.
But the Commanders' defense is known for its resilience.
I know.
They're ranked in the top 10 for points allowed and have a knack for creating turnovers.
Yeah. You know, for the Commanders, this game might come down to controlling the clock and keeping the Eagles' offense off the field. They have a strong running game.
Right.
And if they can establish that early, it could wear down the Eagles' defense and keep Hurts on the sidelines.
That's a great point. They need to play smart, disciplined football.
Right.
They can't afford to get into a shootout with the Eagles.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
It's about playing to their strengths and exploiting any weaknesses they see in the Eagles' defense.
All right.
Speaking of strengths, let's shift our focus to the AFC Championship game. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, let's do it. This is the matchup everyone's been talking about.
Oh, yeah.
A showdown between two of the most explosive offenses in the league.
Absolutely. It's a quarterback duel for the ages.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen.
Right. Mahomes, a Super Bowl champion and MVP, is known for his uncanny ability to make plays no matter the situation.
He's like a magician on the field, throwing passes from impossible angles,
I know.
escaping pressure with ease,
Yeah.
and always seeming to find the open receiver.
Always.
And then you have Josh Allen,
Oh, yeah.
a physical specimen with a rocket arm and the ability to run over defenders.
Yep.
He's brought the Bills back to relevance,
He has.
and they're playing with a confidence we haven't seen from them in years.
It's awesome.
So this game could very well come down to which defense can make a key stop or force a crucial turnover.
Right, because both offenses are so potent that it might take a defensive spark to swing the momentum.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the coaching matchup either.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Andy Reid, the Chiefs head coach,
Mm-hmm.
is a mastermind when it comes to offensive schemes.
He really is.
He's always a step ahead of the game, finding creative ways to get his playmakers in open space.
And Sean McDermott, the Bills head coach, has instilled a tough, disciplined mentality in his team. Yeah.
They're not going to back down from the challenge, and they believe they can go toe-to-toe with the Chiefs.
You know what I find fascinating about both these championship games is the contrast in experience.
Yeah.
You have the Eagles and the Chiefs, both with recent Super Bowl appearances.
Right.
And then you have the Commanders and the Bills, both hungry to prove themselves on the big stage. It's a mix of veteran savvy and youthful exuberance.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be thrilling to see how these narratives play out on the field.
Yeah.
Will experience prevail, or will a new generation of champions emerge? Only time will tell.
No.
Well, folks, that wraps up our deep dive into Super Bowl LIX. We've covered the contenders, explored the history, and analyzed the matchups. Now we want to hear from you.
Who do you think will punch their ticket to Super Bowl LIX? Share your predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to The Deep Dive for more insightful conversations on the topics that matter to you. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the heart of Super Bowl week. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those predictions coming.